Hello and welcome. We've got a little sketch today that I'm going to do. It's of this lovely, well, it's a pod. The description said that it was something called Virgin in the Green. And I believe there are flowers, but then once all the flowers have gone, you're just left with these really quite interesting pods. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. We're not going to need much equipment today either. I've just got out 4 Derwent Inktense pencils, which are water soluble. So I've got burnt umber, I've got leaf green, Shiraz, and Sicilian yellow. Let me just check that my microphone is up high enough. There. So just in case, burnt umber, leaf green, Shiraz and Sicilian yellow, these Derwent Inktense pencils that are water soluble. So that's what I'm going to be using. I have also already masked around my sketchbook here. This is the Light Wish sketchbook, and I did the cover of this on one of my paint calms. I can't quite remember which number it was, but I like this because it does lay flat. Now then, because I've had to bring my camera down quite low, I have to be really careful not to get my head in the picture. So I'm going to start by using the burnt umber. And what I'm going to do is 3 of these pods. So we'll start with our first one. And I'm just going to, it's just like a round shape. But then we're going to flute it out, if that's a word. Flute it out a bit. And then I'm going to do some of these pointy bits, but then we also need the bits at the back as well. So we just need to make sure that we're showing that there's a little bit at the back there. And then I'm going to bring that one down here. So I will just bring that up even closer so that you can kind of see what I've done. And let's do our second one. Maybe that crosses over a little bit on this one, and maybe we'll make it a little bit bigger. So we'll come up to here and we'll make that one slightly bigger. And we want our kind of jagged edge. And then we want to make sure that we're popping in our, is my head getting in? No, I don't think so. I think we're all right. Okay, there is our second one. And then we need our third one. So I think our third one I'm going to put here. Like that. And then that one can go off the page over there. So we have our 3 pods. So we also need to get the kind of, to show the shape, we need to do some kind of curved lines. There we go, so that we get an impression of a shape, a cylinder type shape, I suppose. Right, next I'm going to grab my Sicilian yellow, and I'm just going to get some yellow in at the top here, and I'm going to be using water eventually with these, but for now I just want to layer up all my colours. So I'm just getting in some of the lighter yellow at the top, and then back to our burnt umber at the bottom here, but I'm doing it a lot lighter than I did the, so if I bring this up, you can see I've done that lighter than the curved lines. Go. And then I'm going to bring in the Shiraz, and I want some of that around the top here. So I'm going over, well, just underneath the burnt umber, and I'm also going in the little bit that shows that it's a 3D shape. I'm just kind of colouring that in, and maybe even a little bit at the bottom here. Okay, so there we go. That's what we have at the moment. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to use a size 8 brush and just some water. I'm starting where the lighter colour is, where the yellow is. And you might have to rinse your brush a few times so that everything doesn't muddy too much. But obviously we do want to have it mingling and merging. So starting where the yellow is, the Sicilian yellow, and then cleaning my brush and moving down, and then right at the bottom it just picks up some of the Sicilian, no, what was it? Shiraz, that's it. So our yellow ochre, and we can always adjust these in a little bit, but we need a starting point. Okay, and then just going in to these top bits and just underneath, and then pulling a little bit of that down so that we get that kind of effect. So filling in this bit, and then with our damp brush just doing across that top edge and allowing that to come down a little bit. And then our third one. And then we need to go along this bottom edge here and allow that to just come down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to let those dry for a moment, and then I can do some adjusting if I need to. But in the meantime, going back to our burnt umber, going to get some of these squiggly kind of lines coming out. Like so. And then taking our leaf green, I'm just going to do lots of crissy-crossy kind of grass type or branch type things even, but just so that they're kind of crisscrossing the page. Because we need some interest in the background. So yeah, hopefully you can all see that okay. I'm going to start with just going over these with my brush so that I activate them. And you just really need a damp brush, not you don't need it with too much water in, otherwise you'll kind of lose control. And then we're going to come down and we'll do this one. And we nearly forgot you, didn't we? Like so. And then because we used our leaf green for this kind of crissy-crossy pattern in the back, we can just wet some of that to give us some greenery in the background. And we don't have to try and fill it completely. We can just get a bit more of the green in there somewhere. We can leave some patches. So it's quite faint, but it's giving an effect, which is all that I wanted. Yeah, it's coming up a lot fainter on my screen than it is in reality. So maybe I might need to go a bit darker so that it shows up for you. So maybe if I go over some of these, I can then pick up a bit more of the green on the brush so that you can see it a bit better. So that might then go a bit darker. There, I think you can see that now a little bit better. It's just to give an impression of things in the background, and you know, we've got lots of these swirly. So I'm going to take my burnt umber again, and there's lots of these kind of swirly bits coming out all over the place, really, aren't there? So I think we'll just very lightly do some of these coming out. I'll have some of those coming out. And it might be quite nice to have one of those curly things. So I think maybe we'll just add that in over there. Maybe we'll have a small one down here. And of course, in the places where the paper is wet, we will get, I bring it up, you will see that some of it is, we're getting like lots of different textures because some parts of the paper, where am I? Some parts of the paper are dry and some parts are wet from where I just activated some of those green crisscross lines. Something else that our Virgin in the Green has are these little black dots. So I am going to give this a dry. I think I'll do it real time because it won't take very long because it hasn't got much water on it. There we go. And I'm going to use a fine liner. So I've got a 0.4, what am I using? A uni pin. So these are waterproof. And I just want to get a few of these much darker little dots in. What we can see from the photo. So, yeah, some bigger than others, but basically dots. So if I bring that up, you can see I've now got my little dots in there. And I think also what I want to do, where is my burnt umber again? Here. I want to just define the edge a bit more here. Yours might be okay, but that's kind of what I feel like I need to do on mine a bit more so that we can see that edge a bit better. And then I might just bring down some of the red from the pointy bits of the burnt umber that I've just done. Get my damp brush again because I just want that all to blend a bit better. Yeah, I think that that's just defined the edge a bit more. Now what we could do with our leaf green is to just add an odd leaf here and there. So I'm not going to go too berserk, but just here and there. So that we are showing that this is kind of greenery. in the background. Yeah, I've only done a very few. When I wet them, you might be able to see them better. So one more, wasn't there? No, two more. I saw another one. There you are. Just adding a few little leaves in. And there, I don't think we want to go to berserk. I think those little pods, Our Lady, was it? Oh no, Virgin in the Green, that was it. The only thing I will say is that these bits that come up are not showing that well. Do we know when to stop? No. So I'm just gonna go over those a bit more, those bits that were sticking out the top there. I've done that with the fine liner, like so. And so as you can see, this isn't you know, it's not a very complicated picture. It's you know, not going to take you forever to do, but at the same time it is quite effective. And all we needed was 4 Inktense pencils, a fine liner, and a brush with some water. So let me just take the tape off. So quite a quickie for today, but things don't always have to take forever to be effective. There. So I think that is something that is easy for a beginner to do, I hope. Let's pop my signature and the date, so as I know when I did it. There you go. Virgin in the Green. I hope you have a go yourselves. Thank you very much if you've watched through to the end. I appreciate that. And it would be lovely if you felt that you could subscribe for free and tick the notification bell so that you know when I'm putting up more videos. And if you tick the like button, the thumbs up, then it helps the video to be distributed further. So that would be really lovely if you could. Anyway, my usual, which I will keep saying, stay safe, stay healthy, and try and stay calm until I see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.